Hour number 2, Mark Sprinkle sticking around with us, a tradesman. He's going to be talking more about the industry with Ray, more about his story and what the future of the industry might look like. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. About Your House is also brought to you in part by Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store is a family-owned store that's been serving the Carolinas for over 70 years. They're the largest independent appliance retailer in the Carolinas, constantly growing and taking pride in the experience. They offer customers with a knowledgeable sales staff, product selection, and lowest price guarantee. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
Hour number 2, good to be back. Got Mark Sprinkle in the house talking tools, talking creativity, talking construction, talking, hey, what we've done for quite a few years, over 55 years collectively.
Right.
Well, actually, you got over 100 years between us.
That's right. Over 100 years. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
To think,
crazy.
I never thought when I was 21 years old that I would start a company and still be running it at 74.
You know, you've been in business a long time, self-employed, basically.
I call it self-unemployed because every time you finish a job, you're looking for one.
Yeah, there you go. Kids ask me at these career days, do you own a business? I said, I've owned 4.
Right.
And they said, really? They find that amazing. And, you know, the one thing they don't teach in school, they teach the word entrepreneur to kids. You hear that a lot. What are you going to be when you get out of high school? I'm going to be an entrepreneur. That word is abused. Entrepreneur. What does entrepreneur mean? It means a business person, right?
I don't know. I thought entrepreneur was just a self-starter.
Self-starter in business.
Well,
but basically.
in anything.
Exactly.
In anything.
Exactly.
To be able to take an idea and
Yep.
manifest it into a career.
Yeah.
That's an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Exactly. So why are we using that word so freely when that's life? Right?
Well,
I mean, if you go
it
out
is.
and earn a living, you're somewhat of an entrepreneur, aren't you?
Well, I was in business for 8 years. Had 3 trucks and about 12 guys working for me. My mom looks at me and she says, Mark, when are you going to get a real job? And I said, Mom, I got 12 employees and 3 service trucks. I think that it. She said, no, one where you get a check every week.
See how we've been brainwashed into
I
certain status quo?
8 years, Mom. I have my own company. And 8 years was a long time ago.
Yeah. Right.
Because I started in 73.
Right.
But she taught me how to refinish furniture. And at age 7th grade, I had a Sears and Roebuck's guitar, the small one, stripped it down and refinished it. My first refinish, and I'm still doing that.
There's a challenge and an artistic creative side to furniture.
Right. You have to know your chemicals. You have to know the variants of solvents from soft to hard to hard to hardest, and which one cuts what. That you can't put this paint on top of that paint because it won't stick. That you can remove water stains just with a piece of dab of mineral spirits, and on your wooden furniture, just touch it, and that white circle will immediately remove. Small things like that.
Hacks.
Small things like that make it.
But you got to have the experience to get out there and learn these tricks and practice these tricks.
And I find my customers are bringing their children in when I'm working. I did a small sink installation. All I was doing is connecting the drain lines.
Right.
And a guy had his 2 adult sons there. Said, I want you to show them how this works, how to do this.
See?
And they were enthralled. They said, yeah. I said, we're thinking about, starting a plumbing company. And then said, how does this work? Which tickled that we were interested.
Yeah.
And happy to show them.
Yeah. Does it bother you to show for people to watch you work?
It's got to be the best thing.
Yeah, people tell me I went down to told you I installed a downdraft range yesterday.
Right.
Her first day I went down there to pull the old one out so they could put new tops on.
Right.
They were standing over me looking. I mean, they were their heads were
In
all
awe.
And just say, well, you know, we're just curious. Do you mind? I said, no, not at all.
No.
Matter of fact, I had one guy work for me. He says, Ray, I don't like people watching me work. I said, then you can't work for me. I says, why in the world would you have a bad feeling with people watching you? Why? It just makes me nervous. I said, if you're sure of yourself, you're not nervous.
For years and years, I have listened to, well, you're just a handyman. And
that's a biggie.
And I said, well, there's a lot of advantages to being just a handyman. I work for myself. If you're rude, I can walk away. I take vacations when I want to. I said, I'm not rich. Never got rich.
You wasn't doing it for the money.
No, but I've been all over the world, traveled. You know, I've covered just about every state in the United States. I've been to Italy. I've been to Holland. I've been to the whole Caribbean. My dad turned 72 and looked at me. He said, you know, Mark, says, you've never been much interested in work. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, you take 2 weeks here and a week there. It rains on Wednesday. You go visit the relatives with your buddies. You know, you've been to the Sierra Nevadas to go skiing. You've been to Vermont to go skiing. He said, you've been everywhere. He says, the difference in you and me is you did not wait to enjoy your life. When you get to be my age, you'll be able to say, I've enjoyed my whole life. I didn't miss anything. I was not money motivated.
Right.
That was not why I was doing this. I was doing it for the freedom of it.
One of the things I tell kids, is if you chase money, you'll never be successful.
Well,
you might have money,
right,
but you won't have happiness and contentment.
But what kind of joy of life do you have?
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
You know, but if you have purpose and you're doing it for servitude and purpose, you have more of a different feeling about it. But we're not teaching our kids that.
No.
Unfortunately.
Well, we're still here for the moment.
How do people get in touch with you?
Mostly, well,
you got a website?
No.
See, you're old school, which is great.
They Google me. I'm Googleable.
Mark Sprinkle?
Under Handyman.
Handyman.
But I have 4 pages on Facebook.
Right.
I've got referral. I mean, I started working out for people's grandmothers, and now I'm working for their great-grandkids.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You know.
So...
And you've got some, and the thing about it too, being a handyman and a remodeler, basically.
Did a lot of remodels.
A lot. You probably did as much remodeling as you did anything.
When we did room additions in the 80s, I would actually draw the plans for the room addition.
Yep.
Walk down to building standards, get the permit, go back, and then I had a whole in-house crew. Electrician, plumber, brick mason, drywall, painter, in-house.
Now I'm going to ask you a question such as myself. You could ask me, was I ever a general contractor?
No.
I was not.
No.
Did I have my general contractor's license?
No.
Never did, never will. Although I was a certified remodeler under the NARI banner,
right,
which is just as good as a GC license, they said. But the point is, and now that we're talking about this,
right,
2 old farts here, 74, both of us. Neither one of us been GC.
No.
You ever built a house?
Yep.
How many room additions? Countless.
Golly, Ray. We were doing 5 and 6 at a time in the 80s.
We're a prime example of how the rules kind of get in the way somewhat.
Absolutely.
Rules are definitely obstacles in business.
Well, the problem is right now with the building industry is that the people that are monitoring it, building standards, are more interested in paperwork than completing the job.
And the money attached to the permit.
Because every paperwork, every failure you have on your permit
money
is more money.
Yep.
They're only interested in paperwork. They are not interested in safety or any other thing other than money.
Now, I'm not criticizing people for this. I'm criticizing our system.
Administration.
And here's where I'm going. Contractor's license. We've got more people getting contractor's license that has no business with contractor's license than ever before. Let me explain it. To be a contractor, all you need to do is pass the test.
Exactly.
Have a certain amount of money in the bank and get 3 recommendations from contractors.
And that amount of money is $20,000 in cash.
So you got to find $20,000 put in your bank account to prove you got $20,000 to back you up. People typically will go. It's why a lot of women are in construction. I'm not criticizing women in construction.
Tyler, too, great success.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of Rogers Construction. Wow.
Great success.
Pat Rogers. Tremendous. I'm not here, but what I am saying is that to get a contractor's license in the state of North Carolina, you have to pass a test, have X amount of money in the bank, and get 3 recommendations.
That's it.
Professional recommendation. That's it. To be an electrical contractor, you have to have 4 years in the field.
Exactly.
And the other trades are like plumbers, HVAC, they're just as stringent. You have to have said years experience to get those licenses.
A beautician has to have more field experience than a nurse
Yeah.
to get her license.
Yeah. So you can do all that and become a contractor, a general contractor in the state of North Carolina. But yet, you've never, ever, prime example, architect. Barry Clemens. Remember Barry?
No.
Architect?
No.
Big company in Charlotte.
I've dealt with a lot of architects.
Well, architect.
Architect.
That's the name of the company.
Oh, yeah.
He came down here from New York.
Yeah.
He was in television production with ABC Television. Came down here and got his contractor's license. Barry couldn't tell you the difference between a pair of channel locks and an adjustable wrench.
My word.
That's the truth. Now, I'm not criticizing Barry or anyone else that plays the system. But just because you have a contractor's license doesn't mean you're anything special other than a contractor.
Well, financially healed. It's about money.
It's all about money.
Not about experience.
It's not about experience anymore, and that's why we're living in lesser quality construction than ever before in the history of this country, and that's a fact.
It's crazy how things get by.
Yep, and it's a lot due to our education or education system. We're not teaching our kids or our students about hands-on, applicable, critical thinking skills.
It's been belittled for 30 years.
They made it a coal pile in school, and this is happening today. When your kid can't sit there and pay attention, he's labeled trouble. We need to get him on medication.
No medication.
Medication
Take away the
is
pills.
a cash cow for the system. Can't you see how it's all rigged?
The boys cannot sit still. They have too much energy. They are boys.
They're kids. They're boys.
Boys can't sit still. You can't sit him down in a desk, and he'll
Expect
go through
him to
the
pay
operation
attention.
in 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and then he's ready to do something.
Yep.
Boys are active,
And they should be. Climb a tree, fall out the tree, get back up, and climb it again.
and some of the girls are the same way.
Yeah,
you
they're
don't need
kids.
pills at that age. You need patience, and you need care.
And here's the bad part. You look at your kid, your child, and say, we're going to put you on some medication. Ring the bell, Richton?
Yeah, ring
So
the bell.
you're declared a problem. So you're going to carry a problem with you. Richton's a poster child right here. And
It's a poster child of messed up right here.
Oh,
you're
my
not
word.
messed up. You're not messed up anymore.
No, I'm messing with you.
The point is, did that not do something to you as a boy?
I got off the ADHD meds because it was just
But when they put you on it, did it not make you feel lesser than?
a little bit. It made you feel more like a zombie and like emotionless.
Thank you.
Right.
It's like
Exactly
it's
what it
basically
does.
like meth almost. It's like some of the ADHD.
I agree.
Like meds.
My son
I
was
don't
on
think
it.
it's natural at all.
I took
personally,
Ritalin
but-
because my son took Ritalin. If he I knew I was ADHD because when it came to,
I wasn't smart enough to know I had anything.
well, I wasn't smart enough. I figured it out. Did you ever know Jack Davis?
I'm not sure.
He ran for mayor of Matthews. He's a great guy, contractor.
Right.
Jack H. Davis, construction.
Myers is the only one I knew down there.
Gotcha. Anyway, Jack, one day I met with him up in his mountain cabin, and we were talking about his son, Jason. And he went to the doctor that week, and he was prescribed as having ADHD. And then in the conversation, his wife, Joy, and Jack looked at me and says, "Does all this ring a bell to you, Ray?"
Well,
does all this ring a bell? And I said, yeah, I believe it does.
The whole thing has morphed into the pharmaceuticals. Our doctors now, give them a pill. Give them a pill.
Yep.
They don't look at what you eat, whether you're sleeping or not, what your activities are. Just give them a pill.
Yep.
And that's their whole diagnosis. And that's not what health is about.
We have turned into a cash cow society.
That's it.
It's all about the money. They don't want you well. They want your money. And if you're well, you're no good to them.
Pretty much.
And it's sad but true. So, and our kids suffering enormously with that. We've got to change the system.
We got to take drugs out of kids.
Out of everybody. Yeah, there's some great medications, okay?
179 years of Pfizer has never created a cure for anything. Only a Band-Aid.
Masking the symptoms.
Treating symptoms, not the cause.
Yep, symptoms. Symptoms, it's just crazy. But anyway, back to our kids. That's a big issue.
For me, for sure.
It's a big issue, period. And for you and me both, because we've seen what it does.
Exactly. And it's like he said, it makes them zombies.
Well, my son, I talked to him one day.
You can usually tell the emotionless faces that people have who's on prescription pills and who's not.
And we don't want the Walking Dead in our schools.
Correct.
Not compounded by the other issues, that I've talked about a few with the earbuds, cell phones, and screens are hurting our kids too. And I say this every week too. And it's a shame. We've got to address it. But, for example, the Sayer last Saturday said he liked working with his hands better than he likes working with the iPad.
Yeah. I'm sure my grandson loves working with his dad, building stuff. The twins, both of them, even the little girl, she likes making stuff.
We all do.
I mean, it's
here's the sad fact.
It's part of your being.
It's God gave us that ability.
Right. My mom would say, "I'm not here to take care of you. I'm here to teach you how to take care of yourself."
Right.
And that's a biggie.
And if you want to do harm to your kids, do everything for them. Yep, that'll definitely set you up for complete failure with your children. And you can look at me, well, who are you to tell me that?
At our house, did you make your bed? You don't get breakfast, you make your bed. Are there any dirty clothes on the floor? Did you put them in a hamper? You ain't getting breakfast. And then you sit down to the table and you'd say, "I don't think I like that." My mom says, "Well, why don't you try next door?
Right.
See what they got." Instead of, "Oh, let me fix you something special."
What is it you want, honey? Oh, God. Oh, I watch it with my grandson.
I get criticized for that all the time.
My grandson, he'll go to the refrigerator and his parents, my son will say, "What do you want, son?" And it gets him what he wants. No.
My grandma used to say, I said, "What are we having for dinner?" She said, "Food."
That's exactly. Right.
That's the menu. What we have.
Food, right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whether you eat it or not, that's up to you. But
completely different mindset.
Well, we were cooking. We cook lunches these Saturday morning workshops. We make lunch for the kids or whoever's with us.
Right.
And one little boy says, "I don't like that." I says, "Well, don't eat it."
There you go. Don't eat it.
I said, "Don't eat it." "Well, what am I going to eat?" "Nothing." Well,
exactly.
Why? You mean I can't have anything to eat? You got it right there
In front of you.
This exemplifies the home life.
Pretty much.
This tells me everything I need to know. What
you don't like the taste, hold your breath and swallow it.
Well, at our house, they would put 1 spoon of whatever you said you didn't like on your plate. And I said, 1 spoonful is not going to kill you.
Right.
I ended up liking everything.
Sure.
So we're having dinner one night, and I'm loading my plate and so forth. And my dad started to say, I thought you said, my mom says, Odell, be quiet. Be quiet. And we'd eat a whole helping of something that I previously didn't like because I wouldn't taste it.
Right.
After I tasted it, I learned something. Wait, man, that's pretty good. Have you got any more?
Right. It's good for you, too.
It's good for you.
Yeah. Raised on a farm, your parents knew how to eat.
And garden.
Yeah. Do you ever do any gardening?
I have a hydroponic gutter system outside on the fence that I'm putting it together now. It was at the studio, but I'm reassembling. And I have a window hydroponic. It's, I don't know, it was $40. And I have to clip it at least once a week because it'll outgrow the container.
Awesome.
It's crazy. $40. I got basil, parsley,
herbs,
Sorrento, chives, lavender, all in one little kit. It's amazing. Came with the seeds.
Wow, that's awesome. And it works.
It works great.
Well, let's talk sponsors here a little bit, if I may. ABS Insulating started as an entrepreneur. Hometown guy, Mr. Alan Hoppy. He created his company. Great company, I might add. Now today, it was bought out like a lot of companies around Charlotte, but kept the same service, same values, same professionalism they had when he ran it. And a great staff, very knowledgeable staff, great at what they do. All technicians are trained, certified, and they do a great job at giving you the comfort. If you're looking to remodel a new house, whatever it might be, and you're looking for options, in today's world, you have options when it comes to insulating. You need to know all the facts. Well, ABS Insulating is your go-to fact finder. No question about it. They've got the products, open cell, closed cell foam, air seal programs. They've got one thing I want to recommend, and I've talked a lot about, is attic encapsulation. If you've got a 2,000 square foot house, 2-story, that means your footprint's about 1,000 square foot. That's a small attic. And you'd be surprised on these hot summer days coming up how encapsulating your attic. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
It works. And you can take an air conditioner that's pushing its guts out trying to meet the need when it can't, when you got a 150-degree attic above there and you got all your ductwork in the attic. Encapsulate that attic. The attic temp will never get higher than around 80 degrees.
Exactly.
That's right. And it works. And you'll have the comfort you want from your existing unit and more life. And it extends the life of the roof. ABS Insulating. Don't forget their gutter division. They got a gutter division to take care of any gutter problems you may have, be it maintenance, new gutters, gutter protection, downspouts, whatever the case may be. That's ABS Insulating. ABSinsulating.com. Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte. If it's LVP, LVT, oak hardwoods, doesn't matter what floor you want, carpet, commercial, residential, they bring the showroom to you. They've got mobile showrooms. They go to any part of Charlotte Metro you want. Now, I know the name might throw you a curve, Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, but doesn't matter whether you're at Lake Norman, Lake Wiley, Gaston County, or Union County. Doesn't matter. They're going to bring the showroom to you. That's Floor Coverings International, your flooringteam.com. And then the folks at Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store just blew up. Not literally. Their stores. They got stores over both in South.
Let's hope not.
Both. They've got stores throughout North and South Carolina now, bringing any home furnishing you may need, be it furniture, furnishings, accessories, bedding, media, big TVs, appliances, whatever it is, Queen City Home Store's got you covered. Go online, queencityonline.com, or call the corporate office, 391-6000. That's 704-391-6000. Been in Charlotte since 1952. Great price, great product selection. That's queencityonline.com. Today I've got Mark Sprinkle in the house talking about, well, handyman tools. Two old-timers talking about our lives in the trades, what we've done, what we would like to see happen.
Absolutely.
Because it ain't working.
Not today.
Doesn't work anymore, folks. We've got to figure it out. Well, we're here, and you know, people like you and me, we're going away.
Fast and furious.
We got today, though. You got us today.
We woke up. It was good.
A good day, good day. But I got today, and I'm going to make the best of it. I'll give you something if you just pay attention. That's right. You're messing with the lens, aren't you? I can see it focus. Yeah, I got Richton Cunningham, Richie Rich, over on the control board today. Yep, doing great things. How's Fox Sports coming over there, Rick?
It's good. Yeah, I was over there yesterday. Still
So
good.
in studio?
What are you doing for them? They building a studio?
So
No, they just moved.
yeah, they moved
Easily
over
moved from South Boulevard
out near. It's up the street from Jackson Gills, across from the VA hospital.
where the old Coliseum used to be.
Up
Right,
the street
right.
from the
Jackson
the
Gills,
Coliseum.
I
Yeah.
reckon.
So that's where it is now, and it's there in a building with Truist. So it's them, it's the studio, and a bunch of bankers. Basically, that's it.
Oh,
So-
true.
So what kind of construction background does our city council have? Is there anybody on there that's construction minded, or just spending tax dollars?
Spending tax dollars and frauding tax dollars.
It seems to me their policy on leadership is tax and spend. That's not
It's all about
leadership.
money.
That's not leadership.
No, we have no leadership in Charlotte.
I don't think so.
We don't. Bart Noonan, West Boulevard Ministries. God bless him. He is on a tear.
And Bart is who? Who is Bart?
Bart, he runs. He's the executive director or director of West Boulevard Ministries. Is another nonprofit
Right.
helping youth,
Okay.
helping troubled youth on the west side.
Okay.
His father played for the '72 Miami Dolphins, undefeated team.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. And but he is like me, like you. We're
Right.
fed up with our city right now.
No kidding.
Do you like what Charlotte's become?
Not at all. Not at all. It's completely
terrible.
focused on how can I be a big shot, and that's where our politicians are coming from. They're more. It's worse than Congress. They're more interested in their campaign fund than they are in making reasonable decisions.
I would make a suggestion to anyone living in Charlotte that cares about this city, and I do care. Check the rap sheets on all the city council members.
Check the voting records.
Just check the history.
The last election we had, 13% of the voters turned out to vote in the midterms. That means 13% ruled for the other, 87%?
Yeah.
And made decisions. We just got banged for a $1 billion tax over the next 5 years, and City Council has immediately gone in and hired all their buddies to manage it. We have no control over what they're spending that money for.
Nonprofits in Charlotte are out of control. Out of control. Let me explain something around CMS, Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, and I'm on. Listen, I just want to see happy kids. Suicide rate's never been higher. But yet we have a nonprofit supporting CMS with 70 employees that's government funded.
What?
Yep. Found that out last week. Nonprofits in Charlotte are out of control. They really are. Because there was a nonprofit, I'm not going to mention the name because they won't like me anymore, and see, when you get blackballed in this city, they just push you to the side. No matter what you're doing, if it's good, bad, whatever, they don't like you anymore because you're holding them accountable.
It's really hard to get a voice here.
It truly is. Well, I talked to 3 people that were a member of this nonprofit. Says, what do y'all do? We help, as a resource to Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools, we help them orchestrate the programs.
Which are?
I didn't go there because I didn't really I had to be with the kids too. But I said, which are? And I said, and I've had meetings with one of the directors, a breakfast meeting, but if they're being paid to help be a resource to CMS, why would they do anything that's detrimental to CMS's system so they wouldn't get their funding? Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
So in other words, you're gonna remain status quo and keep doing the same thing regardless if it's working or not. Yeah, because we got to have our money. I want my paycheck.
You know, city council could eliminate the housing shortage by mandating that every apartment building that's built has some of the housing authority's people in those rentals. The people that own the apartments, they get their money every month. It gives people that are homeless off the streets. It gives homeless people jobs. It protects them. Not decisions like, let's take out all the park benches because the homeless people are sleeping on them.
Exactly. And then again, I met a tiny house manufacturing company.
Like that.
Oh, yeah, I love it. And I went to him. He wanted to meet me because he heard me on the radio or whatever, wanted to meet me. So I went out there. Unbelievable manufacturing facility. You know, robotics and everything were in this facility. They built tiny houses.
Right.
They were built on commercial specs with commercial building materials, and they were built very, very well. And initially he said, I'm talking to the city of Charlotte to see if we can't work with the city and develop some tiny home communities for our veterans and homeless. I looked at him and started laughing. And he says, what's so funny? I says, well, how's that going for you?
Well,
he says, everywhere I turn, I get a roadblock. I said, you won't build your tiny house community in Charlotte.
On a positive note now the state building standards has a list of tiny homes that you can put in your backyard for
what do they call them, ABUs or something like that? The
mother-in-law suites is what I call them.
Mother-in-law suites, yeah. There's a code in Charlotte that you can build them.
But the plans are all pre-approved for the state. And they've got about 20 different selections, and that, to me, is a positive.
Well, it is, but yet they're still telling you what you can do on your own property, which I can't stand.
Well,
but regardless, but the guy, back to the manufacturer,
right?
They're not going to have tiny house communities in Charlotte. And I looked at him and said, that'll never happen in Charlotte. Why? Because it's land. It's land that they can tax and put a value on a lot greater than a tiny house community.
Last tax 6 years ago, my property tax increased 400% in 1 year. I went from paying $1,200 a year to $6,000 a year. And I paid that for the last 5 years. That's why I'm selling my commercial building. It's my
Welcome
home.
to Charlotte.
It's my home.
And this rent on this building here has gone up 200% in 3 years.
Well,
but that's Charlotte.
The government in Charlotte is tax drunk. Let's
and
just
our
put a tax on it.
infrastructure's falling apart.
Exactly.
Our streets are crumbling.
You got
700,000 apartments being built.
You got a new bank branch being thrown down every day, just slapped down like it's nothing. You blink and there's a new big bank branch.
Exactly. I've seen that.
It's ridiculous.
The problem is out of hand. City council is tax drunk, and that from developers, and they're not making developers have any responsibility for their buildings. They have no connection to, you got to have more water, you got to have more sewer, you got to have more electricity, you got to have more roads, more schools. They're not putting that on the developers. They're walking out with a big pot of cash in their pocket. Mm-hmm. And they are letting developers develop in places that are insane where they're developing. Just look at 7th Street right there by the bridge. You got a whole complex going up that's 6 stories high, but it's 3 stories below the bridge.
Yep.
They would have never let anybody build there before, but now,
well, it's just like the floodplains.
Exactly, the floodplains.
You remember the floodplains over near Chantilly?
Well,
look at all those houses.
They took me for $80,000 in lawyers' fees because they flooded my property and wouldn't claim responsibility for it, and wouldn't even give me a hearing after 5 years of petitioning, $80,000 of lawyer's fees out of my pocket. And they said, well, we don't think it's worthy. We're not going to give you a trial. And it's over. And some judge just signed off. They signed off the right-of-way to my property. I went in and did $65,000 worth of restructure to my property to keep it from flooding that they created. So I got no faith in what's going on.
Now you know why I called Mark. Wanted him on the show. And this is why, because I knew he had some background.
Crazy.
And Charlotte, and I don't get as deep as I'm getting today on it, but Charlotte's out of control. Our school system is out of control. Our infrastructure is crumbling. They keep building apartments. Who's living in these apartments?
I don't know, but the condos next to me they start at $700,000 and go to $900,000. They're 2 and 3 bedroom, 3-story apartments with a garage. And they're falling apart, and they're less than 2 years old.
That's my point about construction today. I've had home inspectors on the show, Mark.
Right.
I says, what are y'all seeing? And they can't believe some of the stuff they see. And this is fallout from what I'm talking about, the trades, construction. We've got a big issue.
Big issue.
Big. It's bigger than most people even. Well, if you don't know what you don't know, how do you know? I know that makes no sense at all, but it makes all the sense in the world, really.
It was a bit humorous, but definitely to the point.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. And, and people today have no clue what quality is. That's sad, too.
I mean, did you see where they want to rezone all the buildings downtown for residential because they've got 80% vacancy? So now they want to rezone the office buildings, which don't have the plumbing or anything.
They got 80% vacancy rate?
80% in some of those buildings.
Wow.
You go in the Bank of America Plaza, it's just restaurants and it's the hair salon.
Yep.
And Walgreens.
Right.
There's no
Overstreet
small
Mall
business
anymore.
Overstreet Mall's the bank, and there's maybe one tenant in there. That's it.
Which used to flourish.
Might as well be like Eastland Mall when it was on the Fritz. Ever since the pandemic, they keep going up on the rent. They're not giving anybody any breaks or anything. They're just assumed just leave it empty.
What was that complex down there around the Radisson Hotel? What was that? Epicenter. It's completely dried up.
It's gone.
There's 3 places in there. There's like a burger place.
Yeah, I walked through it 2 months ago.
City Fest. Do you remember City Fest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a losing project until Chase, the newspaper.
Right.
Magna, what was his name? Hearst. The Hearst Tower.
Hearst Tower. Yeah.
They made big money when they sold the land to Hearst, but the rest of the time, it was just a tax drain. The city has not done a project in 20 years that wasn't at least 50% over budget. The light rail, 100% over budget, because they brought in all those thieves from Boston that did the big dig to redesign everything, and we already had it designed.
We got to do everything in this town 3 times, too.
It seems to be. It's just ridiculous.
It's like sewer, road improvements, everything.
Well,
why is my water bill
streetcar too
$7 or $8, but my water payment is $120?
Because of all the fees.
Because stormwater and sewer. Why does stormwater and sewer have to get water? Because city council gave their money away to people like the football team.
Right.
Why would we fund the football team when they made $400 million in profit last year? Why would you give them $100,000? $68 million is what they gave them. Why would you fund that, yet Parks and Recreations gets nothing, which is used by 80% of the population? But they got nothing. They got no budget. It's just ludicrous.
Control and money.
It's ludicrous.
It's out of control. And now you know about Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's it.
And we know because we've lived our lives here. We've seen it, and we care. I care, but Charlotte's out of control. And then a lot of people might be looking and saying, why don't you move? Because it's my home.
It's my home.
I was born and raised here.
And
I don't like what it's become.
People tell me that all the time when I'm complaining about it, but
Yeah, they say move.
yeah.
Yeah, run from it. That's the quitting spirit
It's
in this
like
country today.
I go somewhere else. You think it's going to be any better anywhere else in
Why
this country?
quit? Why not fix
I think we need to fix what we got.
I think fixing, we're two handymen. We want to fix. And another thing about men want to fix things.
That's what we do.
That's what God intended us to do. Fix and care for things. Protectors. Protectors. Does it make me mad? Dang right it does. It's ridiculous. Men were made to fix and care and protect. That's what we do. Move? No.
No.
Change. Fix it. Get the crooks out of this dang town.
They're not.
Man, it's
They're
out of
not
con-
even crooks. They're just leeches.
Well, yeah, you're right.
They're just
parasites.
Politicians, just leeches. They've outlived their purpose
Well, it's out of control.
completely. Wears me out to even talk about it.
But you played it. You've
Well-
been a part of it.
You know,
We both have. But we're going to continue the fight. PutToesInSchools.org. We need your support. We need to change the environment which our kids go to every morning. Every morning when we send our kids to school. Do you know where they're going? Do you know what they're doing? Do you know how they're doing?
do you know what's being told to them when they get to school?
You know what they're being taught or not being taught. You ought to go to school and see. Just check them out. Just check it out. But then again, don't accept it for what it is. Look at it for what it truly is.
Look for what it can be.
Absolutely. And what school can be and what school should be. And it's creative. It should be a time of joy. It's like that young gentleman that was here last Saturday.
Right.
Zaire.
Right.
Man, he was excited, wants to come back. That's what we need to do in our schools is get our kids excited. Excited about learning, about creating, about serving.
Let them discover their purpose.
Yep, their purpose. Because we all have purpose.
And they all have different talents.
Yep.
The main thing, if you're going to get a job, get a job in something that you love.
Love to do.
You'll never go anywhere else. You'll
That's
feel
right.
fulfilled and purposed, whether it be music or art or construction or religion, whatever, community service. It doesn't matter. If you love what you do, you'll never leave.
No.
And you'll be happy.
Yeah.
That's, a career that fulfills you.
Right. And fulfilling is what we're here for.
Exactly.
That's what gives us.
My goal always has been, I want to leave something for those behind me.
Right.
That's been my goal since high school.
Leave something that.
Leave something that other people can use behind me. Leave, not a legacy, leave people who can think and do for themselves.
Right.
That's the goal.
The other thing they teach them, we have been taught collectively, is how to be codependent.
We did?
Not you and I.
Oh, okay. Present
it's
company
like
excluded.
It's like, speak for yourself.
The education system, our system of today
Right.
actually teaches codependency.
My word.
Well, if you've got to rely on other people to make your decisions, isn't that codependent? Can't you make a smart, educated decision on your own? You'd be surprised who can't.
Well, I see a lot of people that are stuck because they can't make a decision.
There you
A
go.
lot of people.
There you go.
And it's holding them, they're their own biggest roadblock.
Yep.
Because, I don't know, well, this might happen or that might happen.
Might.
People who say, I'm the devil's advocate, is what you are, you're an obstruction to progress. You're not the devil's advocate. You're finding reasons that it can't happen.
Yeah.
That's not progress. That's not making solutions. That's just being a blockade against progress.
Yep. I agree.
So when somebody says, I'm going to be a devil's advocate, I just say, well, just shut up. Just shut up, because we don't care what negativity you can bring. That's not why we're here.
You hear a lot today, you're just being negative.
Yeah.
No, I'm being real.
No, you're being stupid and creating problems that don't exist. That's what you're doing.
Yeah,
Get out of the way.
right.
What is it? Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Yeah. And you know, what are the big things now, too? People like to talk. You know, we talk about put tools in schools.
Right.
I go talk to groups. Oh, that's a great idea. What can we do to help? Show up.
There you go.
Show up. Give me your time. Give me your time. What's the most valued commodity we all have?
Time. And it's limited. And we ain't going to be here for much longer.
But in Charlotte, what do? They throw a check at it. Throw money at it. You got a problem, just
tax
give
and
more
spend.
money. Just give more money.
Tax and spend, that's their leadership.
Yep, that's the way to conquer everything. Just give it more money. How's that working for us? Anyway, we'll get back on. I'm going to take a break here, talk about my sponsors, and then we'll come back and talk tools. How's that? We got on a rant for today. How Charlotte declined a little bit. Well, it's true.
A little bit. It got me fired up.
Yep, not hard to do, is it?
No.
All right, Garage Door Doctor. You looking for a new garage door doctor, or did you run into it today? Did you knock it off its rails? Whatever the case may be, Garage Door Doctor will take care of anything you got wrong, or you're looking to put a new garage door in. You want to know what's available, insulated windows, doesn't matter, custom. They got it. Garage Door Doctor, same day service. Just give them a call, 704-705-8444. Go on and check them out online, garagedoordoctor.com. Great company. New owner since about 15 years now. He's brought the company back to a great standing. Google ratings are top drawer. Great service, technicians all trained, know what they're doing. We talk about that all the time on the show. Well, Garage Door Doctor has got a great training program, and they use it. That's garagedoordoctor.com. Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. 2 young men, 2 entrepreneurs. There you go. There's that word again.
I like that word.
Yeah, it's a good word. The kids need to know what it means. Well, Josh and Alex, both, they're two childhood friends. They grew up together, went to school together, went to college. One of them wanted to be a numbers man. The other guy wanted to be in construction. So they teamed up afterward, developed a company called Rhino Lift Foundation Solutions. They wanted to develop a company that was transparent, totally honest, professional, licensed general contractor, both North South Carolina. If you've got foundation issues, slab issues, sunken garage floor, sunken slab, sunken driveway, no matter what it is, crawl space encapsulation, invasive water, cracked foundations, broken foundations, call them up. Better yet, give them go online, rhinoliftfoundationsolutions.com. Give them a call, make appointments. They'll educate you on what problems exist and what you can do to fix it. You make the final decision. Queen City Home Store. Nope, wrong one. Kilo Exterminating. There you go. Kilo. Been in Charlotte 3 generations now, since 1939. Pest control. We talk about kids and their interests. Dr. Ralph Kilo. Did you ever meet him?
No.
You know, Dr. Ralph Kilo, a heck of a guy.
Had a contract with them for years.
Oh, yeah, they're a great company to get your pest control with.
Exactly.
They show up on time, do what they say the right way. All technicians certified. That's Kilo Exterminating. Go online, kilo.biz. Today, we've been ranting a little bit, talking tools with Mark Sprinkle. Mark Sprinkle, a handyman, a thorough handyman. He was a builder. What all have you done? You've built. You just been in construction in the trades.
All the time. For building furniture, building room additions, building houses, building drainage systems, revamping electrical systems and plumbing systems. We at one time had 50 men working for us. We're down to 4.
You handled 50 men, really?
50 men. We were doing millwork and installation up and down the southeast for Zepsa wood products.
Oh, you work for Zepsa?
We were their installers.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We worked for Ford Construction. We worked for, which is a great company, by the way.
Charlotte's known for a lot of great companies. There's
Yes.
no question, and still exists today. We had a meeting with Edifice Construction
Right.
around Put Tools in Schools. They say they're probably going to give us some support, and hopefully, because I'd love to get some commercial builders involved.
Right.
You know, we need support big time at Put Tools in Schools. We don't need support; kids need it.
FN Thompson, another great big company.
Yep,
That's who I did the city council run
they
for.
still around.
Yes, yes. FN Thompson, that big company.
Gotcha. Well, Rogers Builders is a big company.
Another excellent company.
Edifice, you know, a lot of them around town. A lot of great commercial builders as well. Residential builders, well, I've seen the history of residential in Charlotte grow to what it is today, and it's beyond me now. It's just exploded.
It's just boxes.
Yeah, just more houses.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think of the product technology of today versus of old?
I see that they've eliminated finger jointed millwork, which,
Yep.
which was terrible.
Yep,
They've eliminated masonite siding,
which is a good thing.
right? Paper houses,
Hardboard,
hardy board, which is an excellent construction product.
cementous board, siding. Yeah,
Exactly.
Great.
They're using fiberglass reinforcement and concrete instead of steel rebar, which makes the entire structure a structural unit when they pull.
Right.
Lots of improvements. They
They got rid of particle board.
got rid of particle board.
The sheeting grade particle board.
Don't use that anymore for subfloors.
Yeah, that was horrible.
The roofing industry has some great new innovations with the.
Yes, they do.
They have a tar paper. It's not tar paper, but it's a self-sealing sheet that they put down on your roof now, so that if you drive a nail through it, it self-seals.
Right.
You know, they put all of that in all the valleys and all your things.
Right.
The construction is now going to sectional metal roofs that look like shingles.
Yep.
They've even got sectional metal roofs that are solar panels. There's a lot of innovation going on in the roofing business.
Right. And, you know, when it comes to roofing, too, I love metal roofs.
Yes.
Love them. Because they'll be
100-year
there.
roof.
What's that?
It's a 100-year roof.
Yeah, it'll last you longer than anything done correctly. And when I said done correctly, you know, regardless of the product you use.
Right. Has to be properly installed.
If you don't install it correctly, by the warranty of the manufacturer, or under the installation guidelines of the manufacturer, if it's done correctly, it will last you a long time. A long time.
It will.
And once again, I want to go back to attic encapsulations.
Great solution.
It's incredible how well it works. And once again, considering that, make sure your roof, you know, is not due to be changed.
Right.
Because when you put a new roof on a house, there's some decking, sheeting that has to be replaced due to water damage. Typically on a house, there's anywhere from 7 to 10 sheets.
Right.
And that's 7 to 10 sheets. That's 32 square feet per sheet. Therefore, if you got to replace the whole sheet, you take the sheet up. That's 32 square foot of damaged foam insulation.
Right.
That you're going to have to fix. So therefore, I would not encapsulate your attic if you need a new roof. Get your new roof done, then encapsulate your attic.
Well, the system that I used is the foil bubble wrap. It goes on the bottom of the rafter.
Yeah.
And so your soffit vents go all the way to the ridge vent so that your roof is actually being cooled. The temperature of my attic right now, year round, is below 80. That means my HVAC is not working all the time
Right.
to keep it cool because it's not
struggling.
140 degrees in the attic
Right.
where the system is.
Right.
It's made huge difference in my electrical and gas bills. Huge difference.
And comfort.
And comfort.
The comfort's the major thing. You pay for the comfort you get. Or sometimes the comfort you don't get. Well, I mean, if you got a 150-degree attic and your air conditioner's working for all it's got, with all it's got, and you still ain't doing the job.
It's not going to cool. It's not going to heat.
And remember, summer's ahead of us. We got a little cold snap going on here, which feels pretty darn good.
Good
Really
tennis weather.
beautiful. But, you know, once this heat gets on us in the summertime, you know, it's amazing how hot or the temperature is, but you're not really fighting temperature, you're fighting humidity.
Exactly.
And to bring the humidity down, you must use some air sealing methodologies, which is encapsulating your attic, because that is an air seal methodology.
Pretty much.
Yep. So anyway, attic encapsulation is you look forward. A lot of people say, I need a new air conditioner. No, you need a new attic.
You need a properly sealed attic.
Yeah, you need a properly sealed building envelope to perform better, really. Building performance is what they call it, isn't it?
Exactly.
So you're in the handy. I'm just intrigued. He's still handymaning it.
Still doing it, yes.
So if I get your cell phone, is that a number I could refer people to you?
Yes, absolutely.
And you still go by handyman?
Still go by handyman service.
Handyman service.
73.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's-
November of 73. Same month that the double door opened.
What? That's part of your name? Handyman Services 73.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a
It's just-
number behind
it says
'Cause
it's-
that's when you started.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's on my business card.
Cool. You got a business card with you today?
Yes, I do.
Good. I want one.
All right.
And I'll put you. You were in my contacts. I was worried about calling you yesterday. I said, I don't know if he's in my contact.
You probably didn't know if I was still alive.
No, I called you. I checked you out. I reached out on Messenger to get you, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, and I should have looked on my contacts because you were there.
Yep. So I'm moving my wood shop, Hand Built Corporation.
Where are you moving?
I'm
to?
moving it to my backyard. I'm folding down.
You got a garage in your backyard?
I'm
Or go
having
build
one shipped in.
Shipped in?
Shipped in.
That's awesome.
It's prefab. It's insulated. It has a metal roof, and it's pre-wired.
Do me a favor.
All right.
When it comes, will you call me?
Absolutely.
I'd like to see that one.
This is an amazing company, and I have shopped through about 10 of them.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'll give you that info because these people, it's a woman and her husband that run the company, and she handles all the paperwork.
All of it?
Yep. It's a great deal.
Where are they out of?
Salisbury.
So they're bringing it in here from Salisbury?
Right.
What I'm doing right now is I'm going to Google Handyman Services 73. Can I do that?
It'll say the original Handyman Services.
It will?
Yep.
Handyman Service.
The original Handyman
Just
Services.
service, not services.
Plural.
Plural?
Yep.
Okay, 73. By gosh, Handy Manny. That's not you.
No.
That's not you.
It's the original Handyman Services.
It's not coming up like that. That's why I did it.
It should.
Well, we'll look you up and find out where you're at. Rob the Handyman.
No.
Top rated handyman.
No.
Charlotte Handyman and certain. No. Well, there you go. There's a lot of best handyman services, but you're not the best. No, I don't mean that literally.
Jesus.
No, I'm not picking on you. I'm not saying you're not the best.
Ray's
It's
got a
just,
sense of humor.
come on, lighten up. It's all good. A lot of handymen out there aren't that handy.
Really?
Yeah, they don't know. They hadn't got the experience you got. Your employees. I got a minute. I ain't got time to talk about your employees. Well, I've enjoyed today.
It has been good.
I've enjoyed talking to you. I'd like to have you back sometime.
All right.
And it was
Now,
great.
you can't get in the way of my tennis game now.
Oh, you still playing tennis?
3 days a week.
How'd you hurt your back, real quick?
I'm just it's muscle spasms. It's just from strain.
Just from
Trying
strain?
to do too much.
I hear you. Trying to do too much. Don't try, do it. What is too much? Well, Mark, I'm glad to see you're up and about,
Yeah.
healthy and doing good and doing things for your fellow mankind
I think so.
where you are, and you're going to leave your legacy.
I hope so.
Well, I'm going to work on my legacy, but we'll continue doing what we do.
All right.
PutToesInSchools.org needs your support, folks. And next Saturday, we're going to talk insects. Les Grattan from Grattan's Pest Control in the house talking bugs, pest control. And I got a case for him out here in the toolbox. We're going to talk to him about it. Every Saturday, Fox Sports Charlotte, 9 to 11. Tune in, turn on and learn. Every Tuesday, 10 till noon, we do the show live. Hey, tune in. You'll learn something. I do every Saturday, every Tuesday, every week. Learning's the game. That's About Your House Radio. I got it. We're plugged in here, brother. So tune in next Saturday. Les Grattan, more about your house. We'll talk to you then. Have a great week.
That was good, Ray. Thank you.